Jaybird here from NorCal Brewing Solutions. Hey, I wanted to take a few moments and show you how to put together your ultimate keg fermentation kit that we put together a few months ago. So here are all the parts and pieces. If you bought the in-keg fermentation kit with the cross that you can add the gas ball lock connection to. If you only got the one with the T, no big deal, we can still utilize that. All the parts are basically the same. So what I want to do is kind of show you, give you a little heads up of how it goes together and why we put it together the way that we do. So first thing that we have is the body of the unit, which in this case here we have the cross and the thermal well. And so what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and take and put together the compression fitting, and if you see how it goes together here, you're going to see how it'll go together in the kit. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece off here, and the tools that you need, all you need is a couple crescent wrenches and some Teflon tape. That's it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how we put on Teflon tape, just in case you don't know. So what I like to do here is get about 4 wraps of Teflon. So we're going to start here, making sure that we're not pulling the Teflon over onto the side that's going to be towards the wort. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the reason why I use 4 wraps is because it's stainless and we want to make sure that it's not burned. So as you can see that it doesn't fold the Teflon tape into the inside. Okay, then this guy goes on here, and all we're going to do is just get that hand tight and then give it just about a half a turn. That's all you need. So next up, we're going to go ahead and put together the 3-inch spray head. And so this is the 3-inch spray head that comes with the unit, and you'll see here it has 6 holes on top and 8 holes on the bottom. The 8 holes towards the bottom is going to go down, and this screws in like this. Notice no Teflon tape. We're not going to be tightening this at all. Okay, so that goes on there like that, not tight. You want to make sure that that can still move. And the cap that the racking cane is going to go through is off-center drilled. So not all of these are built in a way that they are exactly perfectly passed through. So they could be skewed just a little bit. So we want to make sure that this goes on in a way that it can move when the racking cane goes through it. So that's not on there tight, that's not on there tight. And that's totally okay because this is a spray head. It doesn't have to be 100% watertight because we want water to come through it and wort. So that goes on like that, okay? Then next up, we're going to be putting on our ball valve. And so again, Teflon tape, we're going to do both sides. And then we're going to do the other side. Notice I turned it around to go the other direction. And this is going to go in here. Finger tight. And you want to make sure that the ball valve itself is turning away. So that goes on here like this. Get that tight in there. That's perfectly okay. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and put in the reducing bushing. That goes in here like so. I'm going to get just notice how I'm not reefing on this stuff. It doesn't have to be so tight that you can't get it apart. Putting that extra wrap of Teflon tape on there definitely helps seal it up and to where you don't have to, tighten it so tight. So then we're going to put on the ball valve connection. Goes in here like so. And then this, because there's an O-ring on here, you would just take your gas in with your poppet, stick that on there, and just turn that on just like that. Okay? And that's it. Now, you're going to see why it is that we leave the spray head loose the way that we do. So what you do is put this together like so, put this in here, and then you would turn it over, and you want to look and see where the racking cane is going to come through, and you can just turn this to where it pops through like that, okay? Now, you see that the racking cane will slide through here just like so, okay? That's exactly what you want. And then all you have to do to make this airtight is just lock this down with your fingers and give it just a skosh here, that's it, okay? Now, it is locked down, it is not going to leak. Now, this is set up to where we can use this in our keg. So to put this on a keg, you would take your silicone O-ring or silicone gasket, drop that on there like so. You take your clamp, you would set this down in here like this, and because it is locked in, you got to give it a little to make it go down to where you want it. And now you can see that this guy here will go right to the bottom of the keg if that's where you want it. Lock that guy down, give it just a skosh, and now you can lock this guy down. Okay, so now we've shown you how to assemble the Ultimate Keg Fermenting Kit, and now I'm going to show you how I use mine at my house to pressure transfer, pressurize the keg, evacuate it of all the oxygen, evacuate it of all your cleaners, waters, whatever. So what I do is I've got a ball valve with a compression fitting, and I'm personally using cam lock, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and put the compression fitting on this ball valve. And we want to make sure that we are on the outfeed side. This is going to go in here. And then the compression fitting goes together like so. We've got the large cone that goes in here. We have the small ferrule which goes in there, and then the locking nut. And that is going to go over here and get locked down. You don't have to set this ferrule to get it, you just need to get it snug. And that's it. That's how I set mine up at my house. And so I can shut both of these off, and I can add my gas with my ball lock connection here to pressurize this keg, to carbonate in this keg if I want to do pressurized transfer, do oxygen void transfers from one keg to another.